Welcome back to the Grandpa Chair. Tonight I am not in a chair, but I am here looking forward to seeing some fireworks here in the greater Oklahoma City area. But if you look back over my shoulder, you can see some storm clouds coming in, and so that may keep the fireworks down. But here in our neighborhood, currently it sounds like the Battle of the Bulge or some World War II fight going on. Hopefully you can hear that. What I really love is to be able to come and walk around the front of our house where even the flowers are patriotic and they're red, white, and blue. And so it's just sort of a cool thing that we have put in over the years, and it turned out that it was very patriotic while it was growing. So hope that you enjoy that little look at what's going on in front of the Grandpa Chair house. The 4th of July is always a really special time. From the time I was a little kid, I have always enjoyed the fireworks and the festivities and the idea of what was happening in order for us to celebrate. Hearing the very first phrase from our founding fathers that all men are created equal gives you a sense of something that's more powerful than any law or any idea that has been put forth for a government. Imagine what the challenges were for people to actually put that into practice. It's something that we still wrestle with here in the U.S., and many other countries do too. The U.S. is certainly not perfect. No country is perfect, but it is at least a place for us to put a focus and to hopefully aim for an ideal that gets us thinking about how can we do something to create a more perfect union where all men, women are created equal and are seen that way and treated that way. So that's something that I just think about when it's the 4th of July. Even from the time I was a little kid, I know I was kind of a weird little kid growing up around Indiana and Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's always so cool. Speaking of cool, look at the rings of the storm getting ready to come in. We may get hit with a storm here pretty fast. So keep an eye on that behind me. You can see the darkening clouds and the curves in the clouds. Something we get excited about here in Oklahoma. Anyway, growing up, we would go out to my grandparents' land, which was on the state line of Indiana and Illinois. In fact, with my cousins, we would often go out on the 4th and we would have fireworks in a great big field, or we would go up on a bridge that allowed us to overlook Interstate 70 coming into Indiana, and we would get the truckers in their big trucks to honk for us. It was always so exciting to see the reactions that they had as we were having fun on the 4th of July. But all of this is so much more than just fireworks and parades, flags, all of that kind of stuff. What it really is an idea for us, an opportunity for us to be able to think about what that idea really means and what the 4th of July should mean for all of us here in the United States. It's been so cool to be able to see all of our friends from other countries coming in for the World Cup, coming here into the United States, Canada, and Mexico. But boy, it's been so much fun to see what those who are visiting in the United States think about this place. It's kind of encouraging because sometimes we get a little bit grumpy about ourselves. We get thinking about all of the bad things that could happen in our country, or the things that people think are happening, and maybe they are, maybe that's causing people problems that are too great to overcome. But when you look at what the folks who have come in from outside of the U.S. have to say about this place, how special it is, how fun it is to be here, how alive the United States really is, it makes me feel so good about what's going on here, and makes me really appreciate all of those who are coming in from other places. It's almost like occasionally you've got to have somebody come into your house who's not been here before. Wow, that's a gigantic gust of wind. I think the storm is arriving. If you can see over my shoulder, it's getting really dark back over there. Wind's picked up tremendously. I'm hoping you can see that in the tree back behind us. It's almost like the way that our folks who are coming into the United States from outside for the World Cup, it's almost as though you had a visitor come into your house who is allowing you to see all of the cool things that you walk past every day that you don't think about. And frankly, you just sort of think are old and useless and kind of worn out. But in reality, it's something that helps make your place more alive and more exciting, more interesting. And I think that's what we have had a chance to see over the last several weeks as the World Cup continues to unfold here in the United States. So many great stories about growing up and thinking about how the 4th of July has impacted my way of thinking, the things that I believe, the way that I think about our country and the hopes that I have for our country. All are very deeply ingrained and come from such a place of hoping for the best and hoping that we can live up to our ideals. As I said before, the United States isn't perfect. No country is perfect. But if you've had a chance to visit the United States from someplace other than growing up here, I would love to hear your thoughts. When you think about the United States, what is it that you hope for us? What is it that you hope for your country in a way that our two countries might be able to work together? Right now, I'm hoping that this storm is going to hold off just a little bit because it is blowing really hard now. If you can see back over my shoulder, the camera is not really picking up how dark it is, but boy, those are big, dark, curly clouds, and they are blowing through like crazy. And so right now, it looks like it could be 30 or 40 mile an hour winds. It's going to pick up here even a little bit more shortly. So it would be smart for me to say, happy 4th of July. Enjoy what fireworks you have. And for us here in Oklahoma, it is very possible, looking at that cloud right up there, that we are going to see Mother Nature giving us some of the best fireworks that we could ever hope for. So, in the meantime, from the grandpa chair, walking around and seeing the 4th and hearing the fireworks blowing up all around our neighborhood, I hope you have a great day. I would love for you to subscribe, to stick with me, find a place to pull up a chair at the grandpa chair, and let's have a wonderful conversation about what you think about America, what you have thought about it growing up, and if there are some things that you would love to talk about over time. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend.